Many were left in agony without pain relief. Some had to lie in their own excrement for hours. Others resorted to drinking from flower vases. Between 2005 and 2008, up to 1,200 patients died from a lack of care at 2 hospitals run by Mid Staffordshire NHS Trust. Today, relatives of some of those victims watched as almost all of the recommendations from the report into the scandal were accepted by the government.
Cruelty became normal in our NHS, and no one noticed.
The blueprint for change makes safe staffing a key priority. The most obvious difference will be, above each bed, the names of a consultant and nurse responsible for a patient's care. Plus, staffing levels will now be published, instantly exposing which wards are under-resourced. This hospital at Harlow in Essex is held up as an example of good management, yet the chief executive admits filling every shift is a struggle.
It's a constant challenge, and I think every hospital in the country has that challenge. What we know we have to do is make those jobs more attractive for people, but what we know is that our level of turnover is still too high. It's much better than it was, but it's still too high, so we need to continue to recruit.
But this goes way beyond transparency on staffing alone. It's a principle now placed right at the heart of the NHS, with all staff given an obligation to be honest and open when things go wrong. So hospitals could lose their insurance against medical negligence claims if they try to cover up. Clinical staff could be struck off by the professional bodies if they don't report mistakes. And there'll be a new crime of willful neglect to hold doctors, nurses and managers accountable for the worst failures. Is this enough for those who've campaigned for so long for change?
Having that open and transparency starts really with that front line. We can't expect them to be open and transparent when they're running around like headless chickens trying to care for patients.
Nevertheless, the Health Secretary is confident this will prompt a new era of openness.
What we want is an atmosphere where, if in doubt, if you think there may have been a mistake, for goodness sake report it, because then we can learn from it.
Many of these people might have been alive today had they been cared for better. But their suffering has, finally, prompted what promises to be a profound transformation of the whole health service.